Hello, this is Keith Aul, and welcome back. Today is going to be a shorter video, but it's going to be based on doing a simple data analysis project with Python and Excel. So the data set that we're going to be working with is just a small little data set with the dates, the region, where the products were sold in, and their individual sales amount. Our end result is we're going to create a bar chart based upon the total sales grouped by a product. So we want to get total sales for each product that were sold. And so let's first create the data frame. We do that by going to a cell, pressing equal PY. This gets us into Python command mode. Now we hit the tab key. And now we want to create the data frame. I'm going to name it df for data frame equal to, and we're going to set that variable to our data range. All we do is just select that. Control Enter to commit the changes. It creates the data frame. Now we want to display the first 5 rows of this data frame. You usually do this when you have a large amount of data. In this case, we're not doing it, but I just want to show you how it's done. So again, we want to go into Python command mode, equal PY tab, and then we're going to data frame dot head, and that by doing that, it automatically grabs the first 5 rows of our data frame. And now we want to spill the results into Excel by shortcut Control Shift Alt M as in Mary. And as you can see, it created a data frame for us. And it's actually the first 5 rows that you see here. Now, what we want to do is we want to be able to group the data first, this data first, so we can make it easier when we want to create this bar chart over here. And we do this by using a group by method. So what I'm going to do is enter in command mode equal PY, tab into it. We want to create a separate data frame of our grouped sales. So I'm going to just call this product underscore sales. And that's going to equal to our data frame dot group by. And then what column do we want to group by? So in this case, we want to group by a product. We want to get individual sales amounts by product. So I'm pressing product, close that out, and remember it's case sensitive. So I'm going over our data frame here, and as you can see, we got the product count. Now, what do we want to do with this product count? We want to sum the sales count. So we want to grab access the sales count. We do that by entering the square brackets. So we want to type in the sales amount column name. We want to close that out. And now we want to sum it. Okay. And then we want to then reset the index. So we go reset. Wait, we want to do type reset index. And then we press Control Enter. And all it does is creates a new data frame. If I click on this, creates a new data frame. And you'll see in a second why we reset the index. And I'm going to go down here, and all I'm going to do is display this data frame. So I'm going to enter in command mode, Python command mode, and then product underscore sales, Control Enter, and then I'm going to Control Shift Alt N to display it, and see. So basically, what this reset index does is if I eliminated it, it would create a series for us. And a series by definition is one column. So in other words, it would take product as the index column, and it would create a separate column for sales amount. But by resetting the index now, we created a data frame with two columns, one called product and the other one called sales amount. So at this point, we want to create a bar chart off of this data frame here. So we do that by coming over here, and let's go ahead and enter some lines of code. So we go equal to y, tab into that. And what we want to do is create a figure, comma, and accent. Then that's equal to PLT dot S subplots. Press enter because this is going to be a multi-line command here. And I'll explain this in a second. So what subplots does, it's a method of matplotlib library. That's what PLT stands for. It's an alias to the matplotlib library. And what it does, it's going to create a figure, FIG, which translates to a canvas. And I'll show you that once the bar chart is created. And then it also creates an axis variable, which refers to the plot area on that. So now what we want to do is we want to basically create the bar chart. So we're going to use the axis object bar method. And our first argument is going to be referring to our data frame, okay, and it's going to be which is called product sales. Okay, tab into that, and we want to access the product column. As you can see here, the product column, we want to access this. So this is going to be referring to the categories on our x-axis in the bar chart. So we want product, close that out, comma. Our second argument is going to be the product sales. Want to access the second column, which is our sales arm. Okay, so that takes care of that. Let's press enter. Now, what we want to do is we want to set the title to it. We want to set the a label for the Y axis and the X axis. So this is just a basic bar chart, and you'll see in a second. So we want to access dot set title method. Tab into that, and we just type in the title that we want. Total sales by product. Now enter again. Now we want to set the X label. Access set underscore X label. And we want to call it product. And you'll see this visually in a second. Now we want to set the Y label for this. Access dot set underscore Y label. Tab into that, and we just want to call it total sales. And now we just want to commit the changes, Control Enter. And it creates an image for us. So let's click on this. And as you can see, it created an image. Now let's display this into Excel. And the shortcut key is Control Shift Alt C. And it displays it for us. So let's go over here. Let's resize this. So basically what it did was we created a small data frame which grouped the sales of it. So it adds up, let's say it comes over to this data set and grabs all the values for keyboard and sums it up and it displays it over here. And it creates an individual bar for each product, unique product in this data set here. And the height of each bar is basically the sum of all the keyboard entries that you see here. So that's all it did here. So if we go back over here to the code, as you can see, the figure is basically the canvas, which is behind here. Access refers to this plot area, so it overlays the canvas with this plot area. So that's what it refers to. The set title, as you can see, the set title method, which is total sales by product. The set excess X label method is we're just passing in the title of our X label here, which is down here, which refers to our individual categories. And our Y label, as you can see over here, total sales amount. So this was just a basic data analysis project that you could do within Excel. And I want to thank you very much for stopping by today. I hope you learned something today and look forward to more videos on this topic in the future. Again, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, please like and share this video because it helps get this information out to other data analysts that want to use Python and within Excel. Thanks again. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.